afternoon, I'm Sean Yao, and this is One News Now. The government is on track with its plan to privatize the Ninoy Aquino International Airport. The Transportation Department and the Manila International Airport Authority have already submitted a joint proposal for the NAIA upgrade. This is for the solicited public-private partnership project that is awaiting approval of the NEDA, or National Economic Development Authority. MIAA Officer in Charge Brian Kok clarified that privatizing the NAIA does not mean that the government is not capable of improvising or improving the airport on its own.
What we're saying is that, of course, the private sector is showing interest to help the government develop or improve our airport. We've seen that in Mactan, we've seen that in Clark, diba? So I think that also based on that directive, the president, I think na natin yung privatization as a way to improve NAIA. Because the government is doing everything naman.
For AirAsia Chief Tony Fernandez, NAIA has improved a lot since he last flew to the country 3 years ago. He also agrees that the country's main gateway should be privatized.
NAIA is much better organized. So you must give credit to the management. I mean, brownouts happen, power failures happen, but I can tell you as someone who's owned an airline for 22 years, this is the best I've ever seen NAIA. I'm obviously a big fan of privatization. Privatization with control. As long as it's run profitably, run efficiently, and run with people in mind, that it's people that comes first, doesn't matter who runs it, right?
And PHIVOLCS has raised alert level 2 over the Mayon volcano. State volcanologists explain that the current unrest could lead to hazardous magmatic or phreatic eruptions. PHIVOLCS noted an increase in rockfall events from the lava dome of Mayon's summit. Since April 1, at least 300 rockfalls and 26 earthquakes have been recorded around the volcano. PHIVOLCS reiterates its warning against entering the volcano's 6-kilometer permanent danger zone. PHIVOLCS does not see the need to raise Taal volcano's alert level despite its increased degassing activity. Taal remains on alert level 1, even with PHIVOLCS already monitoring 3,000-meter steam-rich plumes and volcanic smog, or VOG. VOG are droplets that contain volcanic gas, which can cause irritation to the eyes, throat, and respiratory tract. Authorities have advised residents near the volcano to use an N95 mask to cover their noses and mouths and to stay indoors as much as possible. We're pausing for a quick break. One News Now will be back with more stories after that. Stay with us. Thank you for staying with us here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Members of the LGBTQIA+ community kicked off Pride Month with a call for the passage of the SOGI Equality Bill. Ian Luminario with the story.
Laban, laban! Laban, laban!
Love ban, no bawi-bawi.
Members of the LGBT plus community were loud and proud about their call for the government to pass the SOGI bill. To kick off Pride Month, groups staged an equality protest in Quezon City. Armed with rainbow flags, protesters sought to put an end to discrimination being experienced by LGBT plus members. One of them is Ross, who experienced discrimination from a professor.
Umabot sa point na kinailangan kong i-report sa university yung nangyari dahil hindi na safe space para sa akin yung klase na yon. Naapektuhan yung mental health ko, naapektuhan din yung studies ko.
Of course, it wouldn't be a Pride Month event without dancing. Come rain or shine, LGBT members like Mrs. Tan took their time out on the streets. Some, like Mrs. Tan herself, experienced discrimination from family.
Kahit yung mismo mo mga kapamilya hindi naniniwala sa'yo, like question yung identity ko as a person. Kasi before I used to identify as a trans woman. So kailangan ko pang i-extra prove yung sarili ko.
With all this experience of discrimination, LGBT plus members say it is only right to ask for a measure that will protect their rights.
Walang mangyayaring same-sex marriage or hindi ito re-recognize ng gender ng mga trans women or trans men, no? So ano lang to, ang layunin lang ay pantay o equal na pagtrato sa ating lahat.
The SOGI Equality Bill was reverted to the Senate committee level pending dialogue with religious groups. The bill was already initially up for sponsorship at the plenary. It was first introduced in 2000 as an anti-discrimination bill for the workplace. Since then, it remains pending in the Senate. For News 5, Ian Luminario, we are One News.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. Finance Secretary Ben Diokno says that the Maharlika Investment Corporation will be ready to operate before the end of the year. Diokno says the fund is in a good position to attract resources and could help ease the country's tight fiscal situation. President Bongbong Marcos is expected to sign the Maharlika Investment Fund bill into law before his second State of the Nation address on July 24. Oil companies will be implementing rollbacks in the price of petroleum products at 6 a.m. tomorrow, Tuesday, June 6. Diesel will be cheaper by 30 centavos a liter, while gasoline and kerosene prices will be going down by 60 centavos a liter. This marks the end of 3 consecutive weeks of price hikes for gasoline and at the same time, the continuation of price cuts for kerosene. The Bangko Sentral introduces a commemorative coin set for the country's 125th Independence Day celebration on June 12. These special coins, which come in 100, 20, and 5 peso denominations, will be sold at the BSP's online store soon. Each coin signifies an event in Philippine history: the Philippine-American War, the Declaration of Philippine Independence in Cavite, and the birth of the First Republic at the Baraswain Church in Bulacan. And in sports, the Meralco Bolts and the San Miguel Beermen each grabbed wins in the continuation of the PBA on tour. Here's the report.
The Meralco Bolts and Converge Fiber Xers were involved in a close affair in the PBA on tour at the Inara Center in Antipolo City, but Meralco managed to pull away in the last 4 minutes of the game and built an 8-point cushion.
The door goes on the other side.
Oh, what passing! Touch passing under the basket.
That was just enough to get the win, as Converge went on a dry spell offensively. Final score, 96-88 for Meralco. 6 players scored in double figures for the Bolts, led by Alain Marixi 16 points. This is Meralco's second win in 3 games in this preseason tournament.
Honestly, I was worried that we would get a beating because I saw them against Magnolia. They were tough, right? And we have so much respect for that side there, even if it's a preseason game. Dahil alam namin they will come 100%.
In the second game, the San Miguel Beermen were also triumphant over short-handed rivals San Miguel Beermen. Christian Stan Hardinger, Japet Aguilar, Scotty Thompson, Janie Malonzo, and Stanley Pringle were all out for Ginebra in this game. With most of the key players from the opposing side absent, San Miguel quickly jumped to a double-digit lead in the first quarter. They sustained this until the game ended with a final score of 90-78. Terence Romeo again led the team in scoring with 21 points, while Rodney Borondial was a beast down low with 12 points and 16 rebounds. PBA on tour action resumes on Wednesday at the Henares Arena in Pasig City. First to play are the TNT Tropang Giga and Terra Firme Jeep at 5 p.m., followed by San Miguel and the Rain or Shine Laser Painters at 7:30 p.m.
One News Now will be back with the latest stories at 6:30 p.m. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.